This is Aman from team next round. Basically, what we have built is we call it our product name Extended Pilot. It allows you to share your screen. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, you are audible.
Okay, I just get my voice repeated back to me. Anyhow, so what we have built is it's called Nextend Copilot. It allows you to first of all share your screen with everyone like Gemini, ChatGPT. Currently, we have set it up on the backend with Dora, and you can share your screen with it, ask questions about your screen. You can simply chat with it, and it has a very special feature that we call as guide mode. So, for example, let's say okay, you are very new to GitHub and you don't know how to create a new GitHub repository. You share your screen with next one Copilot and ask it how can I create a new repository, and it will give you on-screen guidance with pointing at which button you need to press one at a time.
Okay. So basically, you are providing the guided tour after our user shares their screen.
Yes, yes. They can currently the MVP only works in ROM because it's a ROM extension and for one tab at a time. But in future, yes, we can share all the things and many tabs.
Okay. So you are using LLMs to help the users to understand where they can go or
No,
what they can
basically,
do.
our target vertical is competent knowledge workers who will very much in their future work encounter unfamiliar scenarios and unfamiliar situations. For that, we are providing guidance. For example, me as an SP person, when I get a new client who are using a completely different theme which I'm used to, figuring it out takes a lot of time, like knowing where the settings are and all of that. So that is our basic vertical.
Okay. So who are the users you are targeting?
As I said, our users are knowledge workers. They can be freelancers, they can be developers, they can be researchers. So we have a broad market.
Okay. And what is your question?
My question is regarding okay, how can we market our product in such a way that we can grab the attention of users very easily and gather also quickly gain users as well as how to promote it for the product and as well.
Okay. Have you researched about similar products? Are there any similar
Yes.
products in the market?
Currently, screen sharing, Gemini, Claude, and ChatGPT also have it, but our specific feature of guide mode, only Microsoft Copilot has it, and even there it is not that much refined. It is just like a data feature there.
Okay, on Windows, you was mentioning.
Yes, obviously, on Windows. That is platform dependent.
Okay. So have you researched what other like what Copilot is doing already?
Yes, we have done that. As I told you, okay, our guide mode is a very specific functionality which any other competitors, at least for now, don't have polished yet.
Okay. So you have so this can be used by anyone who is new to some site, right?
Yes.
For example, if a person is using GitHub for the first time, this extension will be helpful for them. Uh, and as you
Yes.
mentioned, you are targeting freelancers and other users. So this will be helpful for the users who usually impersonate someone. Like there are scenarios where we need to impersonate a user to understand what issue they are facing. Like the interface can be different. They there are chances that they have customized it according to their needs, and we are not able to understand where certain options are. In that case, we are familiar with our interface, which is customized for us, but not for the customer, right? So in that case, your extension will be helpful. So you can show this problem while marketing, and you can make a video on this, and you can make it live on LinkedIn, Instagram, social media platforms, and you can reach out to the uh, freelancers. I think you can target them there, and you can target such users who
Hello,
are
can you hear
interested
me?
in the clients. Yeah, were you able to get what I am saying?
Hi.
Hello, hi Crystal.
Yeah, see you again. I just want to share some stats with you because I want to amplify the results. So currently we have 143 total visitors, and today we have an 11 visitors. The successful try on is 26, and we have a nice share. Nighttime share. So they and let me take a look at it. And we have a one feedback. So I think right now is okay. But however, I'm wondering how can I amplify these numbers, and how do I get the successful launch in Product Hunt?
For your project, right?
Oh,
Uh,
I forgot. I forgot to tell you about my project. My project is talk me out of it. It's a virtual try-on tool, and then it's designed for shopaholic that can hold their impulse purchase. So when you find something good and you take a look at it and you upload your photo to see the generated photo fits you or not. And then it will ask you a few questions to help you decide whether you should buy this clothes or not. So basically, the number of try on is the people who actually upload the photo and see the photo generated.
okay. So have you already launched it on Productant or not yet?
Oh, we've already launched. Make it live in the Dora. However, we have I think the target launch day is August 29th. So I think there's a gap of that. How do you get popular in the product hunt?
Okay, and are you doing anything differently from the existing products?
Uh, mm, can you repeat that question again? Can you repeat that question again?
Yeah, yeah. I was saying that are you doing anything differently from what is existing? What is your
Not.
unique USP?
Oh, the USP will be like it's a different logic that well, because so basically the online e-commerce is always persuade you to buy something. However, this is not that one. This is a one to help you use the AI to help you make a better decision that will hold your impulse purchase. Even though that you see a clothes is beautiful and you see it's the try on result, um, you have to think about it based on the question it generated, based on the question you have asked yourself, whether it's worth to keep it or not. And then you will save your time to decide whether you should you should go and try on in physical stores. So for the retailers, I think it will also help to reduce the return rate as well, because the customer has already thought whether they should buy this clothes or not. It's not just like an impulse purchase, and then when I see the clothes and it just like, no, it's not good for me, and then they just return. So with this tool, the retailers can help consumers or the customers to make a better decision.
Okay, got it. So have you already? It seems that you have already made it live for some users, right? That uh, and now you have got some reach already.
Yes, we have already have over 100 visitors, and they are they we already have unique visitors. We not just only have the visitors, and they are over 70 unique visitors, and then we
That's great.
also have the try on users, and we also have the referral users. So because we design a scheme that you can try on two pieces, and when you invite your friends, and you can unlock another three try on. So they will be very happy to invite their friends. We'll also design a scheme that will allow you to send the photo you have tried on to ask your friends whether I should buy this or not. So there's a social element for it.
Yeah, that's great. Have you also added features to share that on various social media channels? And uh, have you think of a concept like brand ambassador also for the for your app? Or have you also reached out to the influencers so that they use your app and promote it?
Not yet. We haven't reached the inferences, and because that we actually spend a lot of time like engaged within the community. So I haven't thought of reach the influencers to help promote this product.
Okay, so you can gather the feedback, and I think you should reach out to the influencers. They will help you promote your product because when they try, they inspire others to also use and try the same. So this will also help you retain the users.
I see. Okay, so the next step will be like you ask you can we can try to find some influencers and then see
Yeah.
if they are willing to try it, and
Yes.
then
Yes.
see if they are willing to recommend it to their followers, right?
Yes. Right. And you can make them something similar to brand ambassadors. You can you can exchange. You can ask them to do something for you, and in return, you can give them something.
Sure, sure. Okay, I think that's a great idea. And then well, I'll try to see if we can find some influencers here. Are you a great influencer? I'm going to send my product and send the product and let you use it. So are you on the LinkedIn? And I'm going to send the link to you.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I'm on LinkedIn. You can share it.
Okay, okay. So that's a great idea. I'm going to write down your name, and then I hope all the members can try it on. Thank you. Thanks a lot, and have a good evening. Nice to
Same
talk
to
with
you.
you again. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Hello, hello, Mercy. How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay. Should I start now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So my team member and I are working on Task Flow. Task Flow is a productivity app that lets you upload a document, analyzes the projects required in that document, estimates the hours, and the team lead can delegate tasks to whichever he or she believes is suitable for the task. But we intend to add future features, which is like the we intend to include logins in which users would log in their details and it will feel more personalized. Currently, it is not really that personalized. It is just a prototype.
Okay. So is it similar to a to-do application?
Is it?
Similar
Sorry,
to a
please, can you
to-do
say it again?
application? Is it similar
Yes,
to a to-do application? But you have not added the login functionality yet.
I've not added that functionality. Anyone can just log in without, anyone can have access to it without logging in. Yes.
So where are these tasks getting saved?
Currently, it doesn't really save anyone's work. Sorry, please, did you say something?
Yeah, I was saying so. If a user is not logged in, how are you keeping a track of all the tasks that the user is creating? Or
Currently, it can't really keep the task.
could you
Currently,
explain
it
a bit
can't really keep
more?
the task of all the.
Okay. So is
So
it
currently,
like
it can't really keep the task of. Is it like?
yeah? Is it like you upload the document and you will know how much time you need to spend on that? Or
Yes, that's it. Yes, it's uploading the document. Yes, it's a project work for university students. Their project. Our aim is to make tax flow a fair app that coordinates the team and delegates tasks in a fair manner without any of the team members feeling the burden or yes, of the projects.
could you give an example or share your screen for a better understanding on your project? What type of documents and how will it help the user?
Okay. The document that is allowed in the app is PDF, JPG. It allows pictures too, but it must be under 5 MB. It doesn't allow any document that is above 5 MB. And the way it helps users is such that, for example, during project work, teams are sometimes disorganized. There's always like a particular person that carries the burden alone. But with task flow, it wouldn't feel like only one team member is carrying out all the task will be shared among all the members that are present, because we understand that there are some people that like would be very busy or probably have exams. So we tend to have features that will also look at the users availability and also their skills and their interests, so that in relation to which task is suitable for them.
So it will analyze the document and create a task list.
And it has a drop
Okay,
down menu in which the team lead can decide to choose who who will carry out the task.
okay. And the document has a fixed format in which the document should be uploaded. Like there should be a list of team members, and then there should be tasks, and it will prioritize how what logic is being used to prioritize the task, because the AI might not know which will take how much time. How are you creating that?
So for it to prioritize the task, it will first upload the document and analyze the important and outline the steps in that document. For example, it depends depending on the type of projects the team is working on, and the team lead can select those that can actually work on that project. And this is dependent on if the person is also available and their skills too. Yeah.
Okay, so I think here you will need
Currently,
to.
I've not added any logic to it. It's just
Sorry, your voice was breaking in between.
oh, I'm sorry, it's my network.
It's okay. I was saying that in my opinion, you will first need to uh, decide a structure for which kind of documents a user can upload. Because what if I upload an Excel sheet or a Word document with some assignment? Will it be able to analyze and create a task list for me?
It cannot Excel is not allowed. Like Excel, it depends. The only document that is allowed for now is PDF, pictures, but the files must be under 5 MB. It does not allow Excel sheets to be uploaded. I've not added that functionality of it adding Excel sheets.
But here I'm trying to understand which kind of PDFs are allowed to upload, and how will it help the user? What output you are giving to the user? What will be shown to the user?
Will help the user is in such a way that for example, when a project is being given, one need to like think and analyze the steps that in which they would use to like carry out the task. So what task flow will do is to like give an outline of what is needed to complete like that
So
project.
you are uploading.
So it will
So you are uploading a problem statement. You are giving a problem statement in the PDF, and then it will help you give you the steps
yes,
how you can do it, that particular task.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, okay. But in that case, also, I
And
think
for
you will need to decide a structure of the document in which it should be uploaded. It should be a fixed structure, and then what will be the output. You can also decide uh, what will be shown in the output. Like it will contain the steps, it should problem statement details, the solution, and if you can give me an example, it will be it will be helpful for me to understand your product better.
okay, for example, the team lead goes on the app and then add our team members. Then after adding the team members, the team lead will like add the project they are working on, then upload the file. It's either a peg or JPEG or file formats, or PDF, but the PDF must be under 5 MB. Then task flow will analyze the documents, outline the steps that is needed to like complete that task. Then the team member would projects, and from there the team lead can be tracking, for example, hours that it estimates the hours that it should be completed carrying out their task and those that are lagging.
Okay. So is it similar to a PDF summarizer?
Please, can you say it again?
Yeah. Is it similar to a PDF summarizer? And what are your questions related to the project that you would like to ask?
Yes, it will summarize the documents. Yes, it will summarize the document and outline like the necessary steps to take. For example, it can, let's say, if they are working on a project, let's say in relation to a research content that they are working on, and the estimated hours that it's supposed to be like completed, then the team lead will like task depending on which project they are working on.
Okay. I have an understanding on your project now. What are your questions related to the project?
Yes, it's coming back by.
Do you have any questions you would like to ask?
Yes, I have a question. Like, my question is, how can I, like, currently we were asked to like log in on create an account on product hunt. My question is, how can I let users like introduce users to my app in order for them to test it? That's my question. To publicize how to publicize my app and make it more visible.
Okay.
Sorry, please, did you get my
To
question?
Yes, I got your question. To publicize your app, you will need to first identify your unique selling point, because a PDF summarizer uh, already exists. Almost now, summarization is possible in every application. Almost like in Outlook, you can summarize the emails, and calls. So everything is summarizable now, and you can also use Adobe Acrobat to summarize the PDFs. So what your application is doing differently matters here. So you can sell on that point, and you will need to identify your USP, and then you can sell on that point. You can uh, inspire your audience that this is the unique feature that we have, and we can help you with this. So you will first
Also,
need to identify that.
is it also possible to add the intention behind creating it? Must I add the reason I created the app, or it's not necessary? Like, for example, to like publicize my app, must I add the reason behind the creation of that app, like the problem that I'm trying to solve?
Yeah. Uh, for example, you can create an application specific to a particular uh, school. For example, like a teacher can upload their question papers, and they will be able to summarize how many questions are there, what is the difficulty level of each question. So it is targeting teachers as a user. So you can first target your you will first need to narrow down your users, and then you can make visibility around that. You will need to understand their problem. You will need to narrow down your user base first. You will need to understand their problem. You will need to identify the unique selling point, with what thing you can do uniquely for them to solve their problem. And then you can ask some teachers. You can give your application, you can promote it there, ask them to use it, and then collect their feedback and then improve on it, and ask them to make its visibility to other teachers as well.
Mm.
This is just an example. You can
Thank you so much for that.
try searching. You can also make a search for things. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I will definitely work on that.
Okay. Thanks, Mercy. I hope it helped.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello. Hi, Anuradha.
So let me tell you about my product. So my product name is Lantern. It's an AI productivity tool. It is not a traditional to-do app. A to-do app just tells you what task you have to complete. But Lantern is for people who have something they really want to do, uh, but somehow they feel stuck or don't know where to start. So instead of giving them a long list of tasks, Lantern actually tries to understand what is stopping them or blocking them, and gives them next small step. Uh, I hope you are getting the idea behind Lantern.
Can you show example or share your screen how it works?
Yeah. Just like, uh, for example, instead of me adding prepare for interview to a list and being left with that task, uh, lanterns help me understand what is stopping me and turns that intention into a small next step. Like if I want to uh, for example, I just want to apply for internships, but my resume is not ready. So Lantern uh, s- tells a very small step, like I have to build my resume. So firstly, I can add a project in my resume. So that will be small step. After that, it will tell. Um, I can add another section in my resume. That will be another smaller step. If that smaller step is still too much for me, I can make it smaller with the lantern. Did you get it?
So your application is breaking down your task into simpler task, from what I
Yeah, yeah,
understand.
yes, yes, yes. Um, so we have already started promoting Lantern. We have posted our demo videos and product post on Twitter or LinkedIn, and we are also sharing it in relevant Discord communities. We have pre-launched on Product Hunt as well. But I am very quite new to marketing and social media, so we are still figuring out how to get more attention from people who actually have this problem, and they want to try lantern. So I wanted to get some guidance on how we should approach this.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me? Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not able to hear you.
So, am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I was saying, if I ask, if I go to ChatGPT and I give my task, it can also break down it into simpler tasks. What your app is doing differently there?
Uh, it ChatGPT don't give me reminder, but that will be a application that can be used as an application which remind me as by notifications, mails, SMS kind of.
Okay. So once you have added the task, it will break down it into simpler tasks, and you will get the notifications for those simpler tasks.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. First of all, you will need to identify the use cases of your application. Have you already researched on this?
Yeah, I'm just looking for feedback from users,
Like,
but this is very challenging for me to how to get users. How can I get their attention to get
so
their
first of
feedback
all,
on
you
my
will,
work?
I need to create my resume, or I need to improve my
Yeah.
resume, and it can be simplified into smaller steps, but not all tasks can be simplified into smaller steps, right? So, what are those tasks for which users will be using your application?
There are many
You will
options.
create.
Maybe
Mhm.
if user want to make it smaller, it can do. If user feel like stuck, but don't know what's the reason, what's the actual reason. So there are many options user can select, or there are also there he also may they may also uh, write custom reasons why they stuck.
Okay. But initially, you mentioned that your application is simplifying a big task into simpler task there. Now you are mentioning that it will uh, give you the reason or cause. Um, so this is quite confusing. If if possible, can you share your screen and show the application so we have a better idea?
Yeah, I can show you. Wait.
I'm Nalika.
Can you see this? Is my screen
Not.
visible?
It is loading. Yeah, now we can see it.
So this is lantern. Uh, if I write my intention that I want to, so here uh, it asks what might be the reason feel overwhelming, don't know where to start, don't have enough time, so I can select one, and it will tell the next smallest step that I can do. Um, I can make it more smaller, so I just select this.
But
So I
I
get the
believe that currently it is very obvious. This is the first task that any user will be doing.
yeah.
So
So
you will need to identify the use cases where your application can be used.
uh,
It is simplified into simpler steps.
uh, I our target users can be students, recent graduates, or early career professionals and all. Uh, we just thought our initial users
If
were
you are
only students
targeting
who are,
them, if you are
yeah.
targeting them, then you will need to personalize your application based on your user segment.
Okay.
Give them
What will you
suggestions
suggest?
which kind of questions they can ask.
Okay, okay, I get it. Um, what can how can I'm what more improvement can I do in my app?
So my first suggestion to you will be to identify the use cases where your application
And
can be
Dada,
used.
I would
Hi,
say
ma'am.
think of it as if you are the user.
I'm not able to hear you, ma'am.
Yes, it's my network or yours. Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm saying think of yourself as a user first. Put yourself into the shoes of the user and see what
yeah,
all features or parts or the application that you think might be useful for them. How would you want to have your own to-do application, a customized one? Think it that way and then add new features and try to find your unique selling point. Find things that are not being already done by other applications in the same domain. So do some market research first. What you are doing right now is a basic, obvious approach. Think of expanding it more, customizing it more so that a user chooses your application rather than any others, right?
yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you were asking something?
Okay, okay, ma'am. I will work on it. Thank you.
Thank you.
No worries.
Hello, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Hi,
I think
Harshit.
there's no
Yeah, you're
lagging in my
audible.
voice. Hello, how are you?
Good.
We are
How are
great.
you?
How are you doing?
I'm going good. I'm going good. So I'll quickly. Can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I hope you can see my screen.
It's still loading for us.
Okay.
Yeah, now we can see.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So my product is named Hot Seat. I hope the word itself says what I'm doing. So I'll quickly tell the most important features and what my product is actually doing. So it is made for students, entry level freshers who are looking for jobs may it be in any domain. It can be in the technical sides like software engineering, it can be into marketing, it can be into sales, anything. So this is made for as a universal product for everyone. So two main features of this is, one, it gives an interview practice. So in this interview practice, a student or sorry, a job seeker can apply or upload the resume and also type the role. Based on that, the questions will be generated. So for example, I have my resume is of software engineering domain. I have kept a role of some software role, and I generate the interview. I'll get questions based on that. For example, yeah, these are the questions which is generated based on my resume and my role, and what is generally asked in this domain's interviews. So I have 10 questions generated, and for few questions, suppose this is a data structures question which requires coding, we also have available coding platforms where the student or the person can code in only when necessary. We have different languages integrated in it. And for answering it verbally, there is a recording option. Whenever he starts the recording, it will be stored here, and once as soon as he clicks stop recording, but the answer will be visible whatever the person has spoken. Like, yeah, you can see it on the screen, right? So based on this, once he submits the answer, he will the AI will evaluate on how good the answer was based on the question, and it will tell you what exact topic does the person need to read. For example, for a software question, it was on something on databases, and I didn't answer it properly, so it will tell you need to read the topic hashing for that particular question. Just an example. Now, one more thing, like in a real interview, what happens if the interviewer feels that the person who just answered the question, like the person who is sitting, is good at this particular topic. For example, is good at coding, so he'll go more in depth, he'll ask follow-up questions. In this also same case, if person scores above 5 or something, and if it is that's considered a pretty good score in this platform, he'll get a follow-up question based on his answer that he gave. And at the end of after the complete interview finishes, he'll get what exact topics he's lacking, what he needs to improve, and what things he told correct, and what are his strength points and everything. Basically a full feedback and what improvement he needs to do. So this was one feature. Now another I offer is that resume job description tailoring. So in this case, a person can select his resume, up, type a job description by via PDF, image, or text, anything, analyze it, and then he'll get what exactly he's missing. For example, this was one of my test resume and job description. I got 8 strong matches with that job description, 7 partial matches, 2 missing matches. So in this section, the user can see what exactly was a partial match and why was it considered a partial match. So here in my resume, it showed Java Spring Boot, and the job description also demanded Java and framework, but it's still considered a partial match. Why? Because it showed that I have written it in the languages section, but I do not have any project specifically on this. Hence, it did not consider a strong match. This is just one example. There are multiple things going on in the backend to just prove a partial match and a strong match. And based on this, it will tell the user what changes it needs to make in the resume so that it is a more prominent match than a partial match. And we do not invent anything on the user, that if he doesn't have Java, Spring framework, any project, we do not give suggestions based on that. We only give suggestion based on what the user has given in his resume and nothing else. So this is what my complete product is about. And also it gives improvement section where it can improve the wordings of the resume. Instead of writing built and pipeline engineering built an AI pipeline, it can write it as engineered an AI pipeline, what actually a resume requires. So those things, not only that thing, many other things are given in the improvement section. So this was my complete product that I have built.
Okay, that's a good product so far, Harshal. And in the times of AI, definitely it is one thing that is required in most companies. But I have a query here. When we are asking about questions, are those textual questions, or is the interview going to be via audio, as in text to
No, they are
audio?
currently it is a text based question only. That thing can be implemented again. Currently, since I made it recently, so it is a test based product only.
Okay.
The that thing can be implemented. Yeah.
So your agenda is for preparation of the interviews, or to actually target the real interviews for your
No,
companies to hire
preparation of
your
the interviews.
application?
No,
Only
preparation
preparation.
of the interviews. My target audience comes students and colleges. So going into actual interview side, I need to have matlab, I need to make contacts with the companies for having an actual interview with the student. But since my target audience and I want to keep this only like a preparation platform, that's why I haven't done that part yet, and I don't wish to go that side currently.
Got it. That's why I asked specifically.
Yes.
Another thing, you do understand when you talk about interviews, it's mostly verbal interviews. So
Yes.
doing a practice on text may not help that much as compared to a verbal one. The
True.
idea makes sense, but making it something that is verbal, include visuals as well, because people do read your body language when you're talking over the interview calls as well, and
Yes.
maybe how to deal with your face expressions while you're talking. And apart from
Okay.
just the textual questions, you could also rate the candidate when they're speaking, on the tone they're speaking, how they're approaching the solution, how they are being descriptive of the thought process they are thinking while solving a DSA program. So that's something which students actually lack, right? They get worried.
Yes.
And keeping it time stamped. I don't think it was time stamped, or was it? I didn't
No, it
notice.
wasn't timestamp.
Yeah. So actually creating a environment of an actual interview is something that you should try to do, actually
Yes.
aim for, because that's where the practice comes from.
True.
And rest, if Ayushi has any questions, I have a few more. But Ayushi, please go
So
ahead.
the simplest solution, the thing you told, the simplest solution what I feel is to have their camera access, and on the side of my, like when they're giving an interview, on one side of the panel I can show their own face, like the front camera can be, they can see it, so they'll understand how they are speaking, and
Definitely.
based on that I think that might be more helpful for
And
them.
another thing is, when we talk about people sharing their information, adding in the JDs, the scoring, how are
Yes.
we tracking their profile? Like, for example, I'm a student from first year or maybe third semester. I've just
Hmm.
started on preparing for my internships. So, how am I growing as a person over the next semesters, over the next months, and how my ATS score is improving? Maybe you can have a track line. Like GitHub has that, green dots to showcase that the
Yes.
person has been really active. So people
Okay.
actually remember that they need to practice for mock interviews, that when they have an interview for real, or maybe people don't even do that. So maybe giving them pointers, maintaining a profile that helps them, be consistent on the platform so that they are in touch with it, even if they're not actually practicing or studying, but being in touch with the questions helps them to stay on track. And
Okay.
you can keep updating what new questions are being asked. And coming to, yeah, this is one thing. Second thing is coming to the data related to the JD that is going to be asked, the questions that is going to be asked. What is the source of that? Is there an LLM that you're working? Is there an integration at the back end?
Yes, so when the tailoring is happening, there is a proper pipeline architecture which I have made. Uh, Based on that, there are multiple semantic matches happening, direct keyword matches. So based on that, this complete output is being displayed. There is a full RAG pipeline that I have built.
Would you like to talk more about it, as in
Yeah,
how it's
so
working at the back end?
yeah, I'll quickly tell the flow. So initially, when someone uploads the resume and the job description, it is parsed. So the parsing of both is happening via, the resume text is completely stored in the backend of my database. The job description is parsed based on keywords. So a normal job description has around required qualifications, then preferred qualifications and responsibilities. About the job section also is generally like avoided, because that does not contain what exactly is being looking for in the person who they want to take. So from these three, from these three things, we'll be taking words, what exactly they require. Suppose it is written experience in C++. So we'll be taking the word experience in C++ as a part of, as a keyword that needs to be matched semantically with the resume. So then these keywords are first initially directly matched with the resume. If they are found, they are considered a strong match.
No,
And
no, you
then,
took me wrong. I'm asking this with respect to the questions in the interview. For example, I am
oh, sorry,
applying
sorry.
for a product manager and I've
Okay.
uploaded the JD. What
Yeah.
kind of questions are going to be asked? What is the source of truth? As in the what knowledge or what references are you taking on what kind of questions are asked for this particular company? Like there is a different question bank that you practice for each company, right? So how do
Yes.
I trust your application to be an appropriate app for the right questions to be asked? That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to say.
Yeah, sorry, I misunderstood it. So,
Yeah.
it is not company, the interview generated questions are not company specific. Like, I know there are question banks, for example, Google has a particular question bank which were mostly asked in interviews for them. So, it is not company specific, it is specific to the role. Suppose for product manager, first you upload your resume and the role. Based on your resume, you
Yeah,
will
yeah,
be
got it.
asked 2 to 3 questions, and
Yeah.
then
So
on
those
your role, you will
questions,
be
is
asked
your
2 questions.
LLM or the backend
Yes,
creating those
LLM
questions by
will
itself,
make those
or are you
questions.
feeding it something as reference? Are you feeding some
Yeah, so there
references
is a
to the LLM
prompt.
or?
Yeah, there is a prompt that will be given to the LLM, and the resume text will be given. Now, then it will generate all the questions.
So just to make it more improvised and more dynamic and real time, make it such way that it accesses the web search engine and gather the questions that have been there and shared on Glassdoors or interview
Okay.
experiences all throughout the web.
Yeah.
That's because that happens all the time. The questions keeps changing. The basic questions are almost there on Interview Bit or W3 schools. There are websites for textual
Yes.
questions. So you do understand as a student that the idea is great, but there is so much possibility to improvise it to a level that it actually
Yes.
becomes helpful for a student to work or practice on. Secondly, I had
Yes.
an
True.
idea that when I am practicing as a student, maybe a first year or a second year, I would like to set a level of my interview. For example, I've just
Yes.
begun my switching journey. I need to switch my job. I'm not that prepared. I'm less confident right now, but I need to be boosted up for my confidence so I can have a level of interview that this is going to be an easier level, a friendly one.
Yeah.
You're just starting level one. You're
Yeah.
much prepared into the preparation for 1 month and a half month. Let's do with level two. So you can have at least 4 5 levels, and then you can also have levels according to the rounds of interviews that generally happen in any particular job. For example, getting prepared for SDE. The first thing should be an OA. So first thing should be
Yes.
3 DSA questions and some MCQs within the timestamp, right? So the way the actual hiring process occurs, you could actually stimulate that entire environment. An OA first, then technical round one, technical round two, then the managerial round, something like that, and then rate the person over it for each of this.
True.
Like you can give them options. One, the entire interview process to get hired, topic specific interviews, and then level specific interviews. You can have 3 dimensions where you can categorize the levels of your person to choose the interview level.
Okay, yeah, I
Getting
understood that. So currently I only have the difficulty levels as easy, medium, and
that?
hard. But yeah, now you give me the idea to implement OA technical round one, technical round two, and then the HR round. So those things can also be, yeah, integrated into this. So it's like updatations in this particular
Definitely.
product can be made continuously every time.
How much time did you take to make this one?
So I started like, actually started as a portfolio level project only for my resume, and once it was made, then I kept continuing it. So it took me around 2 to 3 months to make this particular thing.
So have you used any AI to work with the code, or is it something that you are trying to write on your own?
Yeah, initially, yeah, I used AI to work with, like, to do the coding part and all. But yeah, the complete idea and the backend architecture was mine. So backend I made it completely on my own, and later on the front end designing and whatever small updations was there, I used AI for that.
Do go for text to audio thing. Do include that. That's a very important thing. Even if you're keeping it basic, keeping it visual and audio is very important. That's
Okay.
the actual essence of practicing mock interviews, right? So
Yes.
that should be there. Any questions you have that you want us to answer?
Well, nothing as such actually. Yeah, so I have also implemented a pricing model into this. Like it is, I felt it was ready enough to go to the hit the market, but I don't know why I'm not able to see here. Just a minute.
Your voice is breaking for me, Harshal.
Hello, hello.
Can you come back again?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah,
Am I
yeah,
audible? Yeah. So I just made a
yeah, right.
pricing model, current testing pricing model, which was because I felt this was ready to hit the market. So I'll just show you the pricing models. So I thought of making into these three parts. One is the free trial, one is the starter, pro, and the max. So I
Okay,
provide.
okay. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. In I understood it, and it's a very good thing that you're going towards that level when you're pitching a product. That's a very good scale. But I don't want to demotivate you at all. I want you to work harder on it and make it better. So that's my
Okay.
intent of the question. If I have 30 minutes of ChatGPT or even Claude, I know the
Mm.
JD, I know my resume, I know what I'm preparing for. These three things, I feed that data to a ChatGPT, I write a prompt myself, and I have your website. What do you think is different from what ChatGPT is offering versus you? Because I could simply write my own prompt, right? Ki, please assess my
Yes.
resume, ATS score de do, and then ask me questions and help me prepare for it. How is it different? IDE is something,
See.
see, even if I type the code on ChatGPT, it will work. Remove that part of it, the front end
Yeah.
part of it, the back end, what I'm asking here.
So, the amount of the reliability of output which I am giving is little different because many people have asked me the same question. So the thing is, in ChatGPT, when you work on this, after some point of time, there is a little of output degradation that happens. That is one thing. Secondly, the pipelines and the architecture which is running in my backend is completely different from what ChatGPT does. I have myself write ChatGPT and use this. There is a change in the output which I have seen. So whatever resume or JD I upload, ChatGPT generally gives me a score of above 8 out of 10 on this, on any resume and job description. So it is doing some semantic matching, but it is considering everything as a very good match instead of not considering what actually is required and how much exactly it is matching with the resume. It is
Are you
considering everything
aware?
as a very good one.
I got your
That
point. I got your
Yeah.
point. And you're working on the accuracy of yours,
Yes.
making it more
Yes.
stricter. Let's say making it stricter for the individuals to prepare it even better. Have you
Yeah.
checked the market with the existing platforms that are already doing it? There is a thing called Interview Prep AI, and there is a thing called Lean.
Yes.
So there are a lot of ATS score checkers. But when it comes to this interview thing, I am a real person who's going to take your interview. I might just ask you to stop, define this particular thing, and I might probe you on what you just said, like I'm doing right now. So your tool
Yes.
should be able to do a very real time thing, underline what the person just said, and ask more on that. That's where the accuracy comes, right? That's where the actual
Yes.
human experience comes. And that's what actual AI interviews are happening this way as well. Maybe Ayushi can add more on that. She just had a recent experience as well. So uh, this is what I want to say. See, I my intent here is to give you most as I can within this stipulated time. And I know what you have done so far is good. It's great. But before I come to pricing, as of now, if I have to score it versus ChatGPT, it could be 6 and ChatGPT could be 5.5.
Yeah.
There's just a
Mm.
point 0.5 difference because of the front end I'm saying, and I am trusting you that it is giving me better scores, more accurate, more stricter.
Yes.
Try to make it more human similar. Aim for
Yeah.
humancy into that particular thing, and then you will automatically have a better result outcome.
Yes.
Ayushi,
And
please
one more
add if
thing,
I'm missing
what
something.
I felt
Yeah.
why people might use this, like I'm not sure if they will, but why it use it because I'm giving everything on one platform. See, in ChatGPT, what one more issue occurs is you need to give your prompts again and again. Like for math, in this, I'm giving everything placed on one platform. So if I enhance it more, like what suggestions you gave, then I feel it would, when
Exactly.
it would make a good product.
It would be a more wholesome. It's currently lacking a few pointers. It would be more wholesome. You can even see
Yes.
there are improvisations, endless improvisations possible, but these are some important ones that should be there. That's according to a
Yes.
user. I'm thinking because I myself need something, so I would require these pointers to be existing on the platform I'm going to use, or I'm going to pay 600 for monthly.
Yeah.
Subscriptions come later on. First, you work on your product to make it user friendly and ready to be pitched in the market, and this
Yes.
is if this is something you're target, which year are you in? What are you doing
I
currently?
am
Is it
in
B.Tech?
fourth year.
Fourth year. So I'm
Fourth year
sure
BTech.
you can very easily trade this something within your own campus, pitch it within your own
Yes.
university. So making it ready for the live use will be something that can help you make it as a good use. Look for competitors. You will see what they're already doing. And again, have you built your own LLM, or is it something like how have you worked on
No,
that?
currently I'm using Gemini LLM in the backend.
Yeah, yeah. So look for more. Is Gemini the right LLM for this? I don't think so. Why?
Currently, for testing purposes, I had to use Gemini
Yeah,
because
right, right.
no one other offers free API for testing purposes. So that was the thing. But if I had to shift, I would probably go for Claude or Anthropic mostly. And yeah, I would probably prefer Anthropic over anything else.
Yeah, even in Claude, do figure out the models and then see what you can afford for the testing itself. But yeah,
Yes.
it's a good thing to go for and a good idea to work on. I'm sure there
Thank
would
you.
be existing things already on this.
Yeah,
So do
there
a
are.
little
There
more
are.
research, and if you actually want to stick to it, make it better.
Sure, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Do let us know once it is done. Reach out to us on LinkedIn. We'll try to give an interview ourselves.
Sure, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi, Maria.
Hello, Maria.
Hi. Hi. Thank you very much for your time. So I am a research lead behind the prototype product with Will It Travel. It is um, keeping your voice language product. So a user pastes a message, a work message. Read explores how it may be understood across, at the moment, American, Singapore, and Indian Englishes. And it highlights possible misunderstandings and explains them and suggests international wording. So it doesn't say that, oh, your English is incorrect, your expression is not correct. It just says if you want to be understood more precisely, say, by your American colleagues, then try to replace this expression. They won't know what it is. And vice versa. So we are launching Product Hunt, as everyone in the fellowship, and we aiming to find our first 50 users. And I would really value your perspective on what we should monitor and how we can make the best use of this opportunity to launch it. Um, Product Hunt. So we were thinking. Sorry, yes.
No, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So we were thinking our main user would be someone who is working in an international corporate setting, working in English, say, remotely across different teams. And one of our early users has given us feedback that you have to go go as a browser extension or something that could be useful. And I think the first early launch will be for us more for testing out what are the best things that we need to invest our time in improving.
Great. So far the idea looks great. I'm sure this is something that we face in the corporate setup too. We do understand that when working remotely, it is something that is required. So is it something that you've already made, or it's at the idea stage? It's just an idea, or have you built something so far?
I can show you the, if I can figure out how to share my screen. Share screen.
So I had a few questions. If I can just keep asking them to save time. Are you taking the input from the user to to say what kind of person I'm writing this text to, what power that person holds. For example, I'm writing to my manager, or I'm writing to a colleague, or maybe I'm writing to a junior. So, are you changing the tone as per the relationship that the user could have with the recipient of the message, or is it something that is universal to all kind of thing?
So one of the things that we implemented is select your reader by variety, but we also are choosing the setting, and we're planning um, to expand it. So at the moment, I hope you can see my screen. We have a limited set of settings: workplace, customer support, marketing, general communication. So general communication has less strict requirements. It's more conversationally, colloquially relaxed, and then workplace is more formal. Uh, Marketing is more copy-like. Yeah, but I think that's something that we need to think about and to ask our user as one of the questions.
Got it. Got it. And can you do a try run? If you can just put a test message, we would like to see how it is gonna give us the output. And
So
your
we
screen
have
is
the
very limited. Could you expand it? Is it a limited window?
okay. Could
Yeah,
you
it's a bit.
let me know if it is expanded now?
Yeah, it's expanded.
Okay.
We could see better.
So we've run the test a message, kindly do the needful, and it detected a medium risk. It kind of asks you to double check, oh, you intended to say this, right? And then it gives you a little information, like how it reads across regions. So universal rewrite suggestion is something that the user might want to use or might want to ignore, depending on where they sending the message to. It gives also some information about like audience specific perception. We have three. So we have friction detected for Singapore and for American, and some explanation of nuances. Why this friction is happening, what kind of misunderstanding it is bringing. Yep, I think that's and you can copy the rewrite and use it if you want to. You
Got
can
it.
copy
Got
the
it,
whole
Maria.
report.
So another question. Yeah, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I've got the essence of what you're trying to
Yes, yes.
show. Today itself, when I was writing a message to my manager, I thought I might just, get it checked by ChatGPT if I'm writing it in the right tone. At times, the tone matters a lot. And then the tone is decisive, is decisioned, or maybe it's decided based on the previous conversation I've been having. So, is your model trying to read a few previous messages to interpret what the tone is currently going on? Or is it a message specific thing right now?
At the moment, it is message specific, but yes, I think that would be something really useful for our users to have the ability to keep the tone the same. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
the context of the conversation matters a lot here. For me, it
Mhm.
does. It happens when I'm in a certain context. I have a certain way of speaking, but when I'm in a informal way of talking to someone, because I might be talking informally with my manager as well. So there's a context. So if your
Yep.
extension could just read through or web scrape the data that's going on the current platform where wherever they're communicating, that will help them to get the right score. And then I don't see a score as of now. The screen is way a little blurred for me, this shared screen. So do we add a score to it? Like, what are the chances this could be misinterpreted by the person you are writing to?
So right now we tried to visualize it. We don't have a very so we have low friction risk, medium friction risk, and high risk. Overall, for this one, it is a medium risk. From this, I don't know, maybe we need to make it larger overall for visibility, so that the user doesn't like finds this easier. But we also repeat the risks in the explanation across audience specific perspectives.
Got it. So
I hope.
ideally, yeah, please go ahead, Ayushi.
I have a question, Maria. So the user will only come to your application if they want to get translate some uh, dialect or some sentence, right? What features does your app have to to ensure the retention of the users? For
Yeah,
example,
even
I
I want
cannot.
to, highlight that fact. When I'm writing something, I'll have to come to your platform, write that message, get it, improvise, and then copy paste it into the actual platform. Ideally, it should be like how Grammarly does, right? There is a green sign that comes up, and it keeps on suggesting me, and it also gives me emojis. The score that is predicted based on the emojis, that this is going good, this could be improved, something like that, right away on that particular inbox itself. You shouldn't have to go and open this score chart, go through the dialects. There could be options within that particular inbox that if you want to go much informal, go with this. More stricter, go with this. Something like that. Maybe a 3 scale thing and then a score right away. Some way to predict that. You can add some dots like red, yellow, green. This is something way concerning. This is green, good to go. Something like that. That will ensure retention. Just what Ayushi highlighted.
Yeah, also one of the like sub ideas that we thought of, we wanted to represent that it is changing, but like I want to avoid giving a bad score to our user, because it's not about the correctness or incorrectness. It's about the alignment between different versions of the language, which is never perfect. So like we wanted to make something interesting and visually attractive in the process of writing, but I think it needs much more conceptualization of like how not to punish the user,
Exactly.
but to make it also like
They
show
should not be
the progress
demotivated after
and to show,
using it. Yeah, exactly. So to keep them on the positive side, you can not show adverse colors or adverse emoticons to depict that this is wrong. But as a soft suggestion, hey there, this could be something that you can improvise by just adding this. Or maybe adding this particular dialect will make it more politer towards the recipient. One, and then from this particular thing, if I'm a user, I'm writing to someone in America, I would have been using it for quite some time, and now I also know something about it, right? So you can actually give them a positive hope. Yeah, by using this, I'm also getting to learn what the actual native wants me to write. So this could be something that the boost of my using this application, I'm able to improvise my skills and write better. So a score on what he has written before, what he was doing previously, and now over the use of maybe 2 days, my writing has improvised, and that particular thing shown on the profile. Something that the user doesn't have to go to the profile, but maybe a notification that will come up. Hey, suppose your product name is what are you calling it? Versal, right? No, travel. Will it travel? Is that the name?
Yeah, will it travel? Yeah, witty thing.
Which wants to remind you. Yeah. So which wants to remind you that hey, you are colleagues. Wow, that's an achievement. So something like that. A good message that I would feel proud after reading it. So you can do something like, I'm sure you would have seen such marketing schemes done by a lot of application in India. We always have our food applications, pinging us on our inbox, hey, you have been going so good through the day, you need some dessert now. So something like that. That when I read that notification, it reminds me that this is something that I've
Yeah.
learned through this application. So
Yeah,
that
like
thing could
we
be
all
maintained
like
by that, I believe.
our little badges or little you did well achievements. Yes, that's
Yeah,
something that the interaction that we need to think about. Um,
exactly.
You can
mhm.
also have a skill building section in your site so that the users also learn from your application, and they're learning daily something like it can have a vocabulary section, like daily they will learn some new sentence or vocabulary that they can use, that will help
Mhm.
them learn,
And
and
another
they
thing,
can also use in daily.
right, that's a pretty good idea. Maybe just a pop up, a new day for the like a new word for the day, something like that. Another thing I have in my
Yeah.
mind is, are we creating stereotypes? For example, right now we are just sticking to English, but maybe if we switch to something more international, maybe something native. English is a wide use language, but it should not be very stereotyped. For example, if I'm a user living in India, and if through the app I feel my way of communicating is maybe a less better than what American English is. Just giving an example. So the user should not feel that their language or native way of communicating is getting stereotyped. So it has to be well taken care on that part. That it should not feel like a
Mhm.
stereotype product. Like this is unnecessary. You should make the user feel on why it is necessary. How are we making this application a way for you to communicate better and make better relationships, not in a way to hurt them. Getting my point? There is always that scope that happens
Yes.
when we deal with people through APAC, and there's a lot of different in sentiments on how people talk through China or through Japan or even in Asian countries. It changes with time. So that's something which I would say we have to take care of. And to help that, maybe a real human data set is something that can help you achieve that particular thing. Right now it might be based on AI. So talking to people, getting surveys done, for example, you can roll out a survey form with at least 5 messages. You can ask them to write the same messages in their own tone. You can send out the message in
Mhm.
yeah, a universal English language, and ask the person to write that message in the way they would like to hear that. And then you will have a real human database to refer to rather than an AI one. Because I already have
Yeah,
ChatGPT
that
to get my thing fixed on that way.
yeah, that's
That's
the
something I
main
want
plan,
to.
and that was the initial plan, but we needed to reasonably scale down for the hackathon because uh, the mm, examples here, of course, they are from the human produced data sets. It is human produced and verified by researchers. It's from e-wave corpus of Englishes. Yeah, but I think eventually we need to use one of the official corpuses of world Englishes, which are already pre-verified for different varieties of English. And uh, on absolutely on point for what you mentioned, I already had some German speakers who said that they want something like that for like at least for like High German and different dialects, because that would be a very interesting experience for them as well to be able to switch between varieties with some assistance. So yes, it has potential, but we need to like pinpoint what is the
Exactly.
right direction and what are the next immediate steps to take. And I think there's like a very how do I attract the right user now to receive feedback that will actually show us uh, what might be the issues with the user, what might be the attitudes by the user. Would the user think, oh, they are just stereotyping and that's something that I don't want to come back to and I don't trust? Or oh yeah, that's something that I might actually use and might want to see it, say, as a browser extension or as some tool that I might come back to. Like,
So
where
to
do we
answer
catch
that,
them?
first of all, I'm sure as a person who develops the product is right, and we do really want our baby to grow very quick, right? We want it to be into the ground, into the field, experimenting with the real users. That's the intent. I really get it. But right now, with what the current look as of now is, it's an extra task for the user to go and check it out. So the first step should be to make it as an extension so that people could really just install it via an URL, and they don't have to open a new tab for it, first of all. And the settings here, another dimension that I want that could be added here is, nowadays there are a lot of different dialects according to the generations. So within our office I could see people who are from, like, who have been into the corporate for 30 years, and there are people who have been here just for 3 months. So the way Gen Z's talk, I am also a Gen Z, but there's a different way of people talk and how they might take the emotion behind that particular sentence that I've written. So making it generational specific is something that would help too. Our own director once was having this conversation. Me and Ayushi are in the same office. We're both in work at Adobe. So he had that conversation that how do I talk to Gen Zs? Like, what is their new terminology that I need to learn out, right? You see a lot of Instagram reels talking about Gen Zs, right? So in a similar way, making a Gen Z aware of what their millennial director would love to hear, that might sound pleasing to him, and otherwise as well, a director might want to become friendly to the new interns that have been hired. So that's another dimension that is required at the moment. And there is a gap in the corporate, a lot of gap with the years that comes. So this is something where a lot of users, it would be easier for you to pitch a lot of users in that aspect, because we have seen people in our own offices struggling with that. So you can add that aspect. And when you mention that you actually have that product live into the audience when you want to take the feedback, I would say start with your own team. You might be working somewhere already, if I'm just guessing, or if you have a smaller circle. So start by a people of 10. Even that is a beta testing group good enough to start with, and see what they actually are thinking about it. But I'm sure the pointers that we've just mentioned is something that we would really ideally want in a product like that to be that way. So first, implementing those pointers would already give a 5-star to your product in some way. It will stand somewhere, and then roll out to the people. So because the first impression is the a major one. So if you roll out something like this, people might not actually retain and use to give you feedback. Giving feedback should be the easiest thing for them. We recently launched a product in our own team, and we have been trying to gather feedback. So that's what we have been working on. So we just started with our own particular product team, and then we'll expand it to others. So in a similar fashion, maybe just try it with your friends to use it while they are writing to their corporate colleagues. What do you
Yeah,
do
that's
other than
probably the
this?
best
Like,
way. Pardon?
what do you do, Maria? Is it something full time that you're gonna focus on, or is it just a side
No, no,
project that
no,
you want
no,
to
no.
work on?
I am I am an academic. I am a linguist. I'm teaching at the university, so that's just the extension of my work that went practical. So,
Oh, great. That's really great.
so
So yeah, making an
trying
extension and keeping it
to.
live, maybe because within the professional professors, the environment to communicate is there. That is one environment, and
Yeah.
then a corporate environment is different. There are different terminologies. There's KPIs. There are a lot of things.
Yes.
So you can also add on the terminologies that are used in a particular business. For example, I'm into consultancy. I have a lot different set of KPIs. Someone who's into tech, they might have different KPIs. So adding the
Yep.
vocabularies, the terms that is most used there also helps. And many a times I won't know the full form of the acronym that someone has used. So your product can give me that. I won't have to go and Google or maybe put it on ChatGPT to ask what it is. Your product could be detect. It could help to detect and understand from where the user is coming, so that it is self-prepared on what the user might need next. That's the customer-friendly approach that you should go with. I hope I'm able
Yes. Thank
to
you very
convey
much.
what. Yeah, yeah, that's it.
I have a little question from one of my teammates. So she asked me to ask, have you seen any interesting, unique cases of like small teams on a very low budget promoting their product? Some kind of, I don't know, inspiration, some kind of ideas that you've seen recently, that we might be able to try to, I don't know, copy or be inspired by.
I didn't get the question exactly. You want small budget teams to
Uh,
help you promote this application or see
no,
through
no,
such
no, no,
similar
no, no, no.
ideas?
Any ideas, any inspirations that you've seen of other people doing a small like promotional campaign for their products, um, that we could, I don't know, see as an inspiration example. So like, have anyone did something unique and cool which didn't take a full on marketing campaign to attract like the first devoted users.
So marketing is also dependent on the current trends.
Mhm.
So I've seen companies following the current trends, and their product is blown up. For example, Blinkit. Are you aware of about Blinkit? It is used in
Mhm.
India. So Blinkit is a delivery application, grocery delivery application. So you can get the groceries in 10 minutes, and they deliver
Mhm.
the groceries inside the paper bags. And they use the paper bags for their marketing. They have some illustrations, cartoons based on the days, like if there is some festival, so they customize the paper bags according to that festival. And uh, the users are always excited to know what will be the illustration on those bags, and
Mm.
it excites them. For example, we have a festival in India called Raksha Bandhan. So their brothers, in that festival, sisters tie Rakhi to the brothers. So the paper bag can be used as a Rakhi, which the customers can tie to the delivery partners. So this was a concept brought by, I think, Swiggy or Blinkit. So you can also look for some trends like that, and you can include them
Mhm.
creatively uh, to promote your application.
One such example, like I
So
was thinking through while she was giving an example. We at times get stuck in a scenario when we get a pop-up message from one of the seniors and we don't know how to react. There are scenarios like that. So
Mhm.
one
Mhm.
concern, our particular this extension should be able to go through the notifications that I'm getting and keep me prepared for it. One, if this is possible, it would be a great thing. But yet, it also has some security concerns. I'm not sure how users would be, much easier for them
Mhm.
to give access to all the. They have already given access to ChatGPT and Copilot throughout all across their systems. So prepping the
Absolutely.
person at times, I go and check it out to my colleague. Hey, listen, see what she has sent out to me. What should I say? So something, and
Mhm.
this particular extension could act like a validation or an AI friend telling me it's okay, calm down, you can deal with it in this manner. But it can only suggest me better suggestions or better recommended answers if it knows the context. So going through the entire
Mm.
inbox, the thing that is going on, it is something that you'll have to fight up with. You'll need to get the access of what's on the screen, what's just not on the screen but inside the inbox. So initially you might have to start small. For example, in our in one such corporate environment, Slack is the most used application for the most active communication, right? So if I am taking
Mhm.
just one platform, Slack, reading through all the chats happening with a particular person on Slack is possible. But then also having Outlook, also using Teams chat to get more context, so your product could become more customized, more important, or more chosen, the choice of the user, only if it has the in context of what kind of relationship I have with the recipient. because that's what a real
Mm-hmm.
person would do. If my mother knows how do I deal with my sister, that's only my mother knows. But if an application can help me deal me with my mother as well as my sister, that's what I would choose, right? Rather than giving the entire
Mm-hmm.
summary, see, this is what happened. We as girls do that bitching all the time, right? See, this is the storyline, this is what happened, what should I have said. So that's what something you can offer as your your prompt master or your message master. We are there to give you the next answer what should be, something like that. Obviously the human instinct is very important, and this added on feature could be something that I am imagining I would love to use if I had someone, because at times I get a little confused on what should I be writing. Me and Ayushi do that all the time. We ask each other, as in, is the tone going right? Is this something that our manager would not, feel bad about? So this is something that could be added, and it might have a
Yeah.
huge potential, because
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
end of the day, how you deal the
Exactly. Yeah.
people, yeah, it's at the
Yes.
end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
you win in corporate by dealing with people. So dealing it in a
Mm-hmm.
remote job is something that people do have a challenge at the current
Yeah.
moment
Yeah.
for the remote jobs indeed.
Yeah. Exactly as you said. Like I have it every now and again when I look at my response and think, did I accidentally insulted them, or
Exactly. And
am I sounding too soft? Like,
too salt.
which one is that?
I
Yeah.
self judge myself a lot. I go and edit those messages slightly just to see if the person hasn't seen them yet. I do that all the time. Should have added a please, should have added a would rather than a could. It should have been a might rather than a may. So I do that all the time, and I guess something that is already telling me that this is the score, it will
Mhm.
help me sound more confident rather than the person who has edited the text. So you can market it
Yeah.
in the same way. Are you someone who goes and edit the text once it's sent? Because in Outlook you don't have that option. In Teams or in
Yeah.
Slack you might have. So you can pitch a promotion like that. You put your person in that scenario. Oh shit, you DM'd the wrong person and you have written the wrong words or maybe the wrong tone. So that could save you another conversation with your manager. So something like that, you can think of a campaign and it can hype up if targeted the right audience, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you very much. That was a very delightful conversation, and I think you got me
Definitely,
so many
indeed.
insights. I actually just like written half of my little notebook. So yeah, I
Yes,
will be sharing it with the team tomorrow. Thank you
definitely.
so much.
No
It's
worries,
really
Maria.
nice
Would
to
love to
meet
connect.
you.
We
Thank
would love
you.
to see where this product goes, and do connect with us on LinkedIn and let us know the progress. Because
Of
we do
course,
get
thank you.
attached to the idea we work on. So in a similar way, we are connected to yours. So would love to stay in touch. We can put in our LinkedIn handles over the chat, and then
Y- Yeah. Um, I think I kind of preemptively sent you both invitations right before this meeting, so
oh, that would be
you
great.
could
A great.
you
Yeah,
could
I've got
you
it.
probably could already see my invitation in your inbox then.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
so
have it here.
much.
No worries. It was great meeting you, Maria.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Would
Bye.
love
Good
to take a
night. Bye.
screenshot if
Bye.
you don't
Bye.
mind with you,
Oh
we all
yeah.
smiling. Just a moment. Done. Thank you so much. It was nice
Thank
connecting
Thank
with you.
you.
you. Bye
Bye.
bye. Goodbye. Thank you very
Goodbye.
much.
Bye. No worries. Glad to help. What's next? Hi, Dora. Great.
Thank you.
Is it done or do we have any further sessions as well?
I think
Okay,
it's the
great,
last.
great.